Okay, everyone, welcome back to the Black Gentleman's Culture. And today we are out front with the Mango Cedar by Tabla Tulupan in Honduras. Now, as you can see, I also got this cigar in the year of 22. And unfortunately for me, it's a Lancero, and I'm extremely snobbish when it comes to Lancero, so never touched it. And I literally held on to it basically for 3 years, letting it sit in the humidor. Now the wrapper is Ecuadorian Habano, the binder is Nicaraguan Corojo, the fillers are Mexican San Andreas, Dominican Olor, and Nicaraguan Esteli Corojo. So this is a well-aged cigar. It was aged for basically, if I'm correct, 1.5 years by Privada Club. I don't know how long the company themselves aged it. Now, the body, it says light milk chocolate and cedar. I get cedar. Foot, dried mango slices, and cold draw dried mango slices. Well, folks, I don't like mango, and I don't know what it tastes like. So there is no way for me to tell you if this thing is giving off mangoes. But what I am going to tell you is what I'm getting off of it. And like I said, this is aged very well. It's a Lancero, and unfortunately for me, this is probably the 3rd Lancero that I smoked from Privada Club. And I have a ton of them in my humidor. I have well over 10. And let me tell you, it is extremely hard for me to light and toast up a Lancero. That's how much of a snob I am. I love Lanceros. I don't think there's a better rolled cigar that ever existed. So that being said, I'm going to get through the first third and let you know how it's going. All right, folks, see you then. Okay, everyone, we're done with that first third. And as you can see, that burn has that kiddie roller coaster going on. Now, let me tell you, I don't know if I'm tasting mango, but on a retro hell, you definitely get a bright, fruity splash through the smoke. Now, beyond that, on the palate, you're going to get oak, like a toasted oak. If anyone smoked meat before and you used oak, post oak, yeah, you're getting that off of this cigar. You get a little hint of black pepper, and you get a thick and heavy, creamy smoke from the draw itself. Now, I know you're thinking, really? Yes, this little itty bitty cigar is putting out tons of smoke, and it is thick and creamy off of the draw itself. Now, I forgot to tell you, this is a 7x38 Lancero, and I'm back to doing one thing that I love doing. This is the first of my balling on a budget. Yep, I'm out here doing balling on a budget part 2, and let's just say, I got this stick basically for $10. Well, actually, not even that, because it's, what is it? I think it's $31.28 a month. So let's knock off, say, $5 to $6 for shipping. Now, let's say, so we're down to $25. So that's probably, I'm averaging, we'll probably spend about $8.50 per stick, or a little bit less. Yeah, about a little bit less, but definitely $8 per stick. And I put this with a can of Sprite, which would run you about $1. So let's say $9 total. And this is what we're working with. We're working with a Lancero that's extremely, extremely refreshing with the retro hell and a fruity smell, and it's very pocket and budget friendly. Like I said, you get 3 cigars a month from them for 31 bucks. That includes shipping and handling. And I put it with a can of pop. So yes, this is probably going to be the hardest bowling on the budget to ever beat. Because like I said, total basically is $9. Now, that being said, the wrapper, as you can see, it's quite rustic looking, or as I like to call it, that Stetson leather cowboy hat look, and exactly how it feels also. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get to the halfway point. I'm gonna let you know how it's going. Okay, everyone, we're back at that halfway point, and as you can see, the cigar itself is almost burning at a razor sharp burn. Now, for the flavor profile change, yes, that has happened. There is heavier that smoky oak coming through the retrohale with a slight kick of the black pepper. Now, far as on the palate, you're going to get aged tobacco, that musty flavor, with a little bit of that cedar mixed in. Now, beyond that, it's an extremely smooth cigar, which should be expected because, like I said, it was aged tobacco when they decided to age it themselves. Then basically I didn't age this thing for 3 years and a couple of more months. So everything in this has just mellowed out to make a nice, smooth, and rich cigar. Now, again, they say you're supposed to get mango off of it. Unfortunately, I don't know because I hate mangoes and I don't even remember what they taste like. I don't even bother with them. But the cigar is extremely thick with the smoke. And like I said, that smoke holds a creaminess, and it is mixed. Like I said, it's going to deliver in the beginning like fruit flavor, like a hint of fresh fruit. And now, like I said, it has changed to heavier roasted oak and black pepper. That being said, I'm going to see you at the final third, and I'll let you know if there's another flavor profile change in this. Okay, everyone, as you can see, like I said, that burn is almost razor sharp, and we have made it to the final third. And let me tell you, there was another flavor profile change. Now you're going to get that black pepper and cedar from the draw. You get that black pepper and cedar also through the retrohale. But the big difference is now you're getting heavy cedar off of the cigar itself. The smoke that's coming off of the cigar, or as I like to say, the aromatics of it, you're going to get heavy cedar. And the ash for this cigar, it falls off in 1/2-inch chunks. So I'm basically keeping this cigar away from you because it is a little bit breezy. And the ash just falls off by itself, so you don't have to ash it. And the best thing about this cigar, like I said, it's well constructed. I don't know if people know, but only certain people are allowed to roll Lanceros at factories. And it's usually their best rollers, because if not, you could ruin this cigar very easily. I mean, it's not a big cigar, so trying to hit it with the perfect draw to get airflow through it, not worth my time. So unfortunately, whenever I come across a bad cigar and I can't get a good airflow constantly through it, even if I hit it with the perfect draw, unfortunately for that cigar, it becomes part of the lawn. So now, this cigar itself, I'm gonna have to give this a 7.5. It's not the worst, but it's not the best. And again, I'm not a paid person for Privada or anyone else. Every cigar you see that I have and smoke, I pay for. I'm not sponsored by no one. So until then, I'm going to keep rocking and rolling. And even if I do get picked up by a sponsor, I'm going to let them know. I'm not going to lie for you. So I may not be the man you want. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Oh, and I'm sorry. And the draw on this is perfect. In the beginning, it was a little bit tight, but right after the first third, completely open. So you know what I say. If you want to use this as a straw, you can. Now, I can wrap it up. And y'all know what I like to say. If you have a bunch of cigars, smoke them. If you have more than a bunch of cigars, please share them. Make more cigar heads. That being said, I'll see you on the next cigar. All right, folks.